Don Varney. He is an international radio show host and motivational speaker. And Don, why did you even go to that field to begin with?
Well, it's an exciting opportunity to get out and impact people's lives. It's something that gives you an opportunity to leave a little bit of yourself behind every time you get a chance to go out and talk to people. And my story is quite longer than we had, but it's just been a 32-year ride total from the first time I had to go out and actually speak in front of a crowd. And that was, without a doubt, horrifying.
What was the initial push to get you out? What was the initial motivation that got you in front of the crowd the first time?
Well, it became my job. I was an Air Force recruiter, and I had to go and speak in high schools and colleges and nursing schools and medical schools, trying to tell people about the entitlements in the Air Force to get them to join our service.
Mm-hmm. Was that easy? Did you find it easy?
After I got through the school, which was the harder part, it actually was something that I totally enjoyed. I used to look forward to it, and I'm one of those sick persons. Like my wife says, I cannot believe you're going to go speak to people today. And I go, yes. And she goes, thank God I don't have to. And she just really freezes back and says, I don't want to do this. And this 30 seconds that you've just done here, which I think is wonderful for the ladies to have gotten to do that. What a great confidence builder to know that you can do it. And that's really how it starts.
That's how it starts. Now, you've been speaking for a number of years. You have a radio show. Share about your radio show.
I have a show on KSLR Radio. It's AM 630 here in South Texas. It's a talk show. It's designed to be relevant in the Christian market. What I do is I bring guests on or have topics that allow people to see that in the Christian world, you don't have to be a pastor, or you don't have to be just a volunteer. That there are some tremendous business people out there making a mark, setting an example of what a good Christian can be without walking around and not being negative here, but just to give you a very clear example. They don't have to wear a fish ring. They don't have to have cards that say they're Christian. They don't have to. Their actions, their walk speaks it. And then when people find out they're Christians, they go, oh, that makes sense. And I've had everything from like Jennifer O'Neill from the Summer of 42, Joanne Flug from the original MASH, had David Robinson speaking about what it means to be a father. And that was the only reason he agreed to the interview. I thought that was nice. And then just everything else. It's been at it for almost 5 years now. So I've had quite a few guests on there.
So what is your primary market as far as your speaking engagements go right now?
Well, I'm looking at a corporate world. I'm finding that just like in so many things, you've got to get paid for what you do. And the corporate people are looking for speakers to come in. Even though I've been a speaker for 32 years, I'm a new face in the speaking crowd. So I'm bringing some new dynamics to the market that they haven't seen before. So I'm doing that. Just recently did a keynote for a national sales conference, which was really exciting for me to be able to have a company hire me literally off of just a business card and then talking with me.
Now, share the example that you brought on the TV show the other day of a lady walking into the office and hearing your voice, recognizing Don Varney's voice.
That was really quite an interesting time. A few years ago, I had an opportunity to speak at a national convention, and my time on stage was roughly 3 minutes. And they basically tell you to go out, say something impactful, and get off the stage. I mean, that's basically what it amounts to. And I had 3 minutes to do that. And 10 years later, I had done a tape, which I have a couple tapes out now, and this one called God Wants You to Take Action. It's a Christian-based tape, and she walked into an audience, into a guy's office. He was listening to the tape. She turns, looks at the machine, and like we joked about the other day, you always like to look when just something's talking, There's nothing visual there, but you're going to look at it. And she goes, that's Don Varney. And this guy was blown away. He says, how do you know that? And she said, the story of 10 years ago, this guy came on stage and blew the house down. So it's kind of neat to know 10 years later,
You have an impact on someo's life.
I impacted someone.